about to go and get the pigs in a little bit, as well as the rest of our stuff from Summer and Chris's.
That's crazy because there's always been a field right there, but we just never knew it because it just never looked at all like this because of the fire.
We haven't driven on this back road yet since we came home, and this is what it looks like. Do you see how tall it got up there on those trees?
Well, I'm honestly, if anything, I'm amazed at how short it stayed. Like, it just seems like it would be a timber box that would go all the way up to the top.
It looks like this has all been cleared. Is this somebody's home?
No, that's somebody's home. This is, I mean, that was clearly just a field for the most part. That up there was cleared for sure. That may have been preemptive to protect a home. But it kind of looks like they cut burnt logs. So
yeah, it looks like they like cut a whole, I don't even know if you guys can see it. This is honestly a lot of the significant burning is over here, but we're gonna keep driving.
This was the Unger fire.
Yeah.
So this was, I mean, this was a very tiny one compared to what was like the real threat to our house. But
yeah.
This is one of the ones.
This is like the vegetation fire that made us originally evacuate because it was 7 miles from our house.
I just can't believe that it doesn't catch more. I mean,
and it went all the way up onto that hill. And then the lavender farm is on the other side of this.
But don't you think it's like giant pieces of wood sticking up? Don't you think they would, you know, the heat travels up, there's all these branches. You think those branches would just catch and it would be a canopy fire up there? Yeah,
but a lot of it
somehow
hasn't.
It's fine. These definitely, you can tell that the needles died off from the smoke, you know, from the heat and smoke. But the trees may well still be alive. They're green at the tippy tops.
Yeah. Wow, this is pretty crazy. Normally it's like completely wooded on either side, so this is pretty insane to see this, because we tried to come in from this way back through Oregon City down into here, and that was like before, I think that was last Monday or something like that, before we went on our trip, and a bunch of first responders were down here doing clearing on either side. So this is our first time seeing this. There was a house that burned down back here too, down to the right, I'm pretty sure. And then the rest of the houses that were lost are in like Malala and Estacada.
I wonder what the point of all this cutting the trees and all that is.
Honker house? Hi, Peachy Weechy. Where's Ducky Wucky? Hi, Peachy. Hi, Ducky. Hi. Hi. Yeah, we're gonna take you back home. Wow, you really pooped everywhere in Summer's shed, huh?
Well, it doesn't look too bad. I think we can clean it all up pretty easily. We'll just have to actually like bring stuff to clean these shelves.
Hi, Ducky, missed you, Ducky, missed you. She's doing her big rub of herself on you.
Yeah, let's have an open wound over here.
So, guys, I didn't tell you this yet, but Peachy lost both of her wattles. The wattles are like the things that hang off the bottom of their neck. And Peach lost one at the beginning of evacuation, which looks fine. And the second one fell off while we were in Montana.
You see that?
Yeah. It's okay, Peach. Oh, she kicked you. She said, "Don't touch it, please."
I didn't touch it.
I know, but she doesn't want us to look at it very hard. She just wants to let everybody know she's actually doing okay, regardless. Wow, girls.
That's pretty good, I feel.
Yeah. Are you ready to go back home? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we'll feed you a little bit of seeds and we're gonna load our stuff into our cars.
2 hours later.
All right, we have officially packed. Well, we have a full bench back here, honestly. Other than that, this is where we had the pigs inside of the wooden pen. And so they were just like in here with a bunch of hay and walled off on either side, as well as down here we had a different piece of plywood too. But we put everything back here that could like fly around or whatever. And then the more fragile stuff and you know, books and little things that could fly open on the freeway, and vinyl and everything, glassware, we put all inside of the Lexus. And we honestly packed everything in just 2 cars, even though we took 4 separate car trips originally. So we're gonna bring all this back to the house, come back, load the pigs. It's gonna be great. Also, shout out to Summer and Chris because they both work for GT's Kombucha, and I've been living off of these while being at their house. And this one's incredible. It has like reishi and chaga and turkey tail, and it's like a mint tea. Love her work. Anyways, let's go home.
1 hour later.
All right, guys, I just got back home in the Lexus and I feel so bad because we did load some stuff into the back of Finley's truck bed, and I had told him like earlier today, and I vlogged it when it was happening. I was like, it's not raining, you know, like the rain is over. It saved us for today moving our stuff, and then it started raining on the way home. So we went through some patches where it was honestly pouring, which is great to soak the smoldering stumps that are still burning in places close to us, but it's not good for the stuff in the back of the car. So I'm just hoping that Finley's all right, and maybe he pulled over to put a tarp on the back, but I don't really remember if he had a tarp in the back of his truck, so fuck. But let's start unloading the car, woo!
1 eternity later.
All right, guys, we just have a little bit more to unpack. I have to unpack these 2 boxes and the kitchen a little bit. I'm also cleaning the stovetop in here, but I just dehydrated these beans. Look at these painted pony beans. I grew, deshelled, and dehydrated. Awesome. This was just 1 row, so that's why it's small, like half a seasoning jar pretty much.
It's really cool though, because that's at least, it's one of the first things we've grown that is like hearty food for the winter if you want it.
Yeah, I tried to grow beans last year, but I didn't dry them properly, so they molded, and it was a huge flop. So I'm happy I did it this year.
It's just nice to know, because I always think about that. I'm like, well, yeah, like people are like, well, you guys know how to grow food and stuff. I'm like, yeah, kind of, but like mostly to eat for like a few months of the year.
Yeah.
The rest of it would just be, you know, you'd be starting high and dry. So.
Yeah, but the squash this year that we're growing is gonna last pretty long. I'm gonna go look at the garden in a little bit.
Okay.
We were just watching the Dolphins and Jaguars game, and it's still on. It's just on commercial break, and the dogs are really getting comfortable. And I also, this is the craziest thing I've done in weeks, guys. I broke down all of these boxes that were riddling and covering this entire closet. I mean, it was like spilling out of the closet. You couldn't even walk in. So now you can walk in again. We keep like our travel guitar cases and stuff, and then the rest of our travel stuff up here. I honestly don't think that you guys have ever seen this closet because it's always just like so horrendous. I never want to show you. I'm wearing my new Mac Miller merch. It says 92 till infinity, and then the sleeves say Mac Miller. What else? I'm doing loads of laundry. So far I've done 3, and Finley unpacked all of those huge boxes and most of just the downstairs stuff while I was upstairs just like sorting all of our clothes that we packed and stuff like that. And I still have a ton to sort and still a fair amount of work to do tonight, but I'm just gonna sit down and tell you guys this quickly. We decided to hold off on picking up the pigs today because Summer and Chris said that they would watch them for 1 more day while we tried to figure out my essential oil diffuser is like going in front of you, so that's the vapor that's coming across the screen if you see it. Because we wanted to find a horse trailer to load them, because when we loaded them last time it was into the bed of Finley's truck, and we kind of built like a makeshift, you guys saw it, makeshift little like walls on the side of the truck, but it's a pretty high ramp for them, and so I think that it would just be harder to load them today. Granted, we didn't try, we just loaded both of our cars with stuff, drove it all home, and then we were planning on going back with the truck, and then when we were thinking about it we were like, I'm sure that somebody in our community is trying to help people load animals and bring them home right now. And my mail lady volunteered, so bless her heart, Rebecca. She's working tomorrow, so she has like her friend or her man or something coming to help us. And he's meeting Finley at like 10 a.m. to load the pigs. And then I'm gonna stay here to help him unload them. And Finley is gonna take out all of the hay, take down the pen that we like makeshift made at Summer and Chris's, and just like clean up the area because they freaking pooped everywhere like they always do, which was so nice of them to let us have the pigs in that space. They have this like outdoor shed and they let the pigs use it, and it was just fantastic and super ideal for like the middle of the city, you know? Anyways, I'm blabbering, but yeah, so Frank is gonna help Finn and I load them and unload them tomorrow. And people like this are just good people. You know, I haven't even met him yet, but I know he's a good person because he's volunteering to do this and asking for no payment. So I'm gonna pay him in jars of jam. But yeah, so that's where the pigs are right now, and we're just trying to like get our home and our lives together right now. And so I'm probably just gonna continue unpacking, making dinner, all of the things. And I just wanted to say what's up. I unpacked most of my office in here and everything. I just have to add a couple of things to the mix and continue on with my night. TTYL. It's so weird walking through the garden and not hearing the pigs honking in the back there. But I just wanted to give a little garden update. Look at this big honker pumpkin we have coming in. Huge. Also, I mean, we have been gone for 14 days and deer have been knocking things over as well as the wind. So I'm probably just going to spend a little, 5 or 10 minutes just trying to stake back up all of my tomato gates. They're just getting so big and they're just falling over so quickly. But yeah, let's just check some things out. It looks like we have some tomatoes ready for harvest over here. Some zucchini growing in here. Looks like a deer probably took a liking to all of my mustard greens, but it's fine because I haven't harvested these once, so I don't mind that they're eating them. I do mind that they ate my kale trees bare though, so honestly, really the only things that are still doing decent, even though we have a lot of dead leaves from the lack of water while we were gone. We have like a ton of squash in here. These are all acorns. We have some crooknecks in here that are getting pretty big, so those are going to be nice for decorating in the fall. I don't really plan to eat them. Unless you can, let me know. Yeah, pretty much just all of this is acorn squash. And we have some butternuts back here as well that are coming in and growing in really funny shapes, honestly. Ooh, I could probably harvest that one. But yeah, this is just all crazy squash. It looks like something ate all of my broccoli as well as all of my cabbage, but honestly, more power to them, because if they were displaced throughout the evacuation like I was, they deserved some food. I know that it's deer because there's freaking deer droppings here. Wow, we have all these tomatoes over here, tomatoes over here. I honestly just need to harvest all the tomatoes. Maybe I'll make a pasta sauce or something for dinner. It looks like they've gotten into my cabbages as well. Oh my god. Look at how big this cabbage is compared to my hand. That's insane. It's insane. Thank you for all commenting your cabbage recipes on my last vlog, by the way. I really appreciate it. I'll be making some. Whoa, it looks like something tried to eat one of my onions. But I have a ton of onions still underground somewhere in here, doing their best. And then this is some kind of squash or pumpkin situation. Same with this ginormous fellow. Same with this ginormous fellow. And that little guy, I think, is like rotting at the bottom. I don't really know what this is. It's so weird. It looks like a half and half squash. It's like the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It's literally just growing on its own from right there. I don't even know what it is. But yeah, my rhubarb is still doing well. As you can see, the little like pools of ash on all these leaves. It was like an inch thick the day that we had to evacuate. So it's definitely blown away most of it and washed away with the rain and stuff like that. But you can still kind of see it. But I think the ash like should help some of the plants with just fertilizing and stuff. I don't freaking know, but I definitely have some yard cleanup to do. And I'm just gonna go get a little basket to harvest all these tomatoes. Hello and good morning. This is a bit of an odd angle, but I just wanted to say, hey, Finley just went about an hour ago to go and load the pigs and bring them home from Portland with the help of an absolute legend, Frank, who I was telling you guys about yesterday, who my mail lady put me in contact with. And I'm just so friggin' grateful for both of them, honestly. Like, I slipped a jam into my mailbox so that Rebecca today can take it out of the mailbox because she's the carrier, and so she'll get that as a little thank you. I sent Finley with a can of jam as well, or a jar of jam for Frank, and he said that he picked him up a 6-pack on the way, which was really nice too. So that's our little payment to them, because they were like, we don't need any money, you know, which is just super fucking awesome of them. And Finley just texted me and said that the pigs loaded perfectly fine, basically with like no time at all. It was just like super swift and they didn't really even need any help. They just walked right in. So that's so much fucking easier than getting them up a ramp about 4 or 5 feet off the ground into the truck bed. So we're just so grateful for just the generosity of strangers, honestly, especially also Summer and Chris, who housed us and our dogs and our hogs for like a week before we left for Montana. And yeah, this whole event has just made me like appreciate strangers so much and just really, I don't know, just realize that people are mostly inherently good. And obviously there are bad people in the world as well, but at the same time, like the people in my community have really fucking rallied for what's been happening here. I mean, I could just go on, but anyways, I am going to go and put on more warm layers, throw on a sweatshirt or something, because I need to go and prepare the pen for the pigs because they are now on their journey home. I'll probably film some clips of them getting out and getting into their pen again, praying for more rain today, and just for my piggas to get nice and comfy. I'm gonna go put on my warm layers and I'll see you guys in the barn. All right, folks, look how dirty I am. I'm also out of breath because I was just moving really soaking wet bales of hay. Look at my hat. When we were originally loading them during evacuation, we had moved these 2 big bales that are normally in their dry side of the pen, and we had kind of propped them on the fence to like walk up directly to the truck that was backed up here. And obviously we were evacuated for 2 weeks, so they've just been soaking in the rainwater and all of the ash and everything, and they're just so weighed down. Like it was seriously like moving a freaking car or something. I felt like Superwoman. Definitely not like moving a car, but you know what I mean. It was just really heavy. So I moved all of this aside. Some of the more dry hay broke here, which should be nice and inviting for them. And then I'm kind of just trying to like kick apart and break open these bales. I don't know why this is down here. Our rain catcher. Finley has their water bowl at Summer and Chris's, which he's gonna bring home later, but they also have their outdoor reservoir, not this mud pit, but that one. So I'm gonna empty that and we have a new hose system in here, so I'm gonna use the hose to fill it up. But it is raining, so it's just gonna get more rainwater in it, but it's better than just like icky, gross stuff. And also there's something called lye that is made when ash mixes with water. This is what I was told on my community Facebook page. It's to like dump out all of the livestock feeders and troughs and everything and scrub them, because they have like a layer of ash inside of them and you don't want your animals to be drinking lye. So I'm gonna do that now. Okay, the pigs should be getting back pretty soon, so I brought out half of a cut up watermelon. I ate some of it for breakfast, so I'm giving them the rind, but they love it. Finley also put in some pasta that he didn't finish last night. We have a head of lettuce that my family didn't eat on our Montana trip. And then this whole thing we normally use as our scooper to make them food, but I'm using it as like a scooper to scatter food, to entice them back into their pen. Because what I'm thinking is we'll have Frank like back up down our driveway to this opening here and just kind of like maneuver them back into the pen. I assume that they'll want to come home and like back into their pen, which they know and love. So I have some food to entice them, should get them off the trailer just fine. I'm probably gonna prop my camera up right here so that when they come in you guys can see them and everything. Good girl, Peachy, good girl. Come on this way, come on. Come on this way. Yeah. Wow, thank you guys so much. Oh, you're fine. Come on in, Peachy. Come on in. Yeah, you're back home. Wow. Wow, Ducky, you're back home. Look at that. Awesome. That is all for you. Awesome. Good job. They're in. Good job. It's perfect. All they needed was a little watermelon. It's their favorite. Yeah, that's right. All right. Wow. My stinky girls. My stinky girls are home. Oh, somebody got into the hole. You found the bowl of food. I put some out here in the rain and they were like, fuck that, I'm going for the dry stuff. Girls, I put it all over here for you on your eating mat. They don't even give a crap. Wow, my two stinky ladies back home with me again. I'm so happy you're back in your pen. It's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. You found all of the lettuce and the leftover grains. So Frank said that him and Finley had a very easy time loading them in. They put their front hooves up. It was probably about a foot of a step that they had to go up into. And he said once they put their front hooves up, Finley went behind them and like hoisted them in. And you know, we live in farm country, so many people have just pigs and, you know, livestock that they raise and then they sell. And it's kind of rare of us to keep them as pets, you know? But he said, I knew they were pets because he brought blankets for them to lay on in the back of the horse trailer. And I was like, yeah, there are special girls. But I am so, so happy to have them home. I just can't say it enough. And wow, just thank you to all the people who helped us bring them back here. This is freaking sweet. They're so happy to be back. And they're probably just gonna stay in their covered part of the pen. Oh, you're gonna sit on my lap, Ducky? I don't know about that. They're probably just gonna stay in their covered part of the pen for all day today because it's so rainy and gross out. I'm so happy this is done, dude, because this is something that I've been, you know, fretting about for a while. And I'm really, really happy that I have the partner that I do, because he was like, yesterday when we were trying to think of the truck and everything, he was like, just post a couple things on Facebook and Instagram, like I'm sure somebody will see it and reach out to you and help. And of course they did. And you know, I'm a very like, let's get it done, let's just do it, let's get the pigs out of Summer and Chris's hair. And so yesterday I was like, come on, like let's just go do it in the truck. And he was like, I personally think we should wait one more day. I highly doubt Summer and Chris will mind just having them in their yard for one last day. And I know that if we wait that long, then somebody will volunteer a horse trailer for us. And they did. Last night, actually, around like 7 or so. So it was nice that I waited 5 more hours just to see a result. And yeah, I'm just so freaking happy that they're here. Oh, I just realized that Rue is literally standing in the rain eating the pasta that I threw down for the pigs. Whatever. Girlfriend, you deserve it, as long as you don't freaking get sick from it. Oh my god. She did help me. She tried to herd them. It was the cutest thing in the whole world. She tried to like jump into the trailer with them and was barking at them and jumped out and was like trying to guide them where they needed to go. And Frank was like, oh, you got a little herding dachshund. And I was like, yep, she thinks she is. Oh, but yeah, wow. So happy to have my big ladies home again. All right, I'm probably gonna film a bunch of videos of them eating and me cuddling them for Instagram story now, just to let everybody know that they're home. And hopefully they'll go out and eat this lettuce and watermelon at some point and drink their fresh thing of water that I poured for them. But it is getting a little bit of rain in it, but that's okay. You guys have your whole pasture back. Amazing. Rue's so happy that they're here too. She's like, I remember these stinker butts. I remember. I just went and checked my mail and Becca left me a note in there for the jam, which is super cute. And then I also got some organic cramp bark dried cramp bark, and I'm very excited about this, but it came one day late. I literally just finished my period yesterday and got this today, which is kind of funny, but now I'll have this in the future. Cramp bark is really, really great for cramps, obviously, and I'm just gonna put it in teas. It smells so good. It smells like floral, and I'm not gonna open it yet because I'm not about to use it or anything. I'm just gonna leave it in its bag, but I got this off Etsy and I'm super stoked on having all of this now. What are you dogs doing? Just looking nice in your jackets inside? Wow. I think we need to take these off. Hello, kind of odd lighting as I'm being lit from above and behind, but I just wanted to say that I did forget about you. I did. I'm so sorry. I forgot I was vlogging. I don't even remember the last time I talked to you, honestly, but whenever that was, sometime after I talked to you, I cleaned the entire house. I scrubbed surfaces, I dusted, I reorganized my altar. Oh my god, I just need to get up and show you because, hold on, this is iconic news that needs to be shared. It was basically like on a scarf before, like a little bit of fabric, but I had never cleaned it. Never. And so it was so dusty and disgusting. And I bring in a lot of, you know, specimens sometimes. I put, I don't know, things on here that may decay, if you know what I'm saying. And it was just so like covered in a layer of filth, honestly. But on this space, other than my beautiful beings, I have a little collection of some ash from the fires and then a little tiny mushroom cap that dried that I put on top. So I can just honor all of the little beings that gave their lives and all the homes and everything that was lost and whatnot. So I have that little bowl there now, and the rest is just filled with feathers, rocks, crystals, anything of the sort. But I can't believe I did that. Honestly, I've been getting like a newfound inspiration for cleaning since we went home or came home, because I don't know, just like refinding homes for things has just inspired me to be like, okay, wait, now that I'm putting this away in the area, I realize the area needs a deep clean. Also, love my ensemble, my cozy fit. I got both of these thrifting in Montana. I had some dust on me, but I got these like yellow and white striped shorts and then this really cozy yellow crew neck, but I think I'm probably gonna crop it a little bit. I don't know. Anyways, feeling cozy. I just, well, not just, but I streamed on Twitch for about 2 hours, and then I came and I started watching Glee, and I had some leftover pasta, and now it's probably about 2 hours after that, and I'm eating this gorgeous melon, darling. Look at it, darling. It's just stunning. I literally got out my camera just to film the melon originally, but now I just wanted to update you on life and say what I've been up to. I did all of the laundry. Finley came home with all of the disassembled, or disassembled, I guess is the way that you say that, little pen space that we had at Summer and Chris's. So he took that all apart and like cleaned out their shed, and he's upstairs treating himself to some games of Tony Hawk Pro Skater and was just giving me my time to stream on Twitch. And it was so nice to be able to talk to everybody. I actually had my camera right next to my computer equipment and gaming equipment and stuff, but I never showed the vlog, the stream, so sorry. But it was just so nice to catch up with everybody because I haven't streamed in like 2.5 weeks, and as I'm filming this, I also haven't uploaded a video to YouTube in like 3 weeks. So it's gonna be really nice in the next coming weeks to just like get back into the swing of working. I was kind of talking about that on Twitch tonight. I'll just link the stream down below, honestly. Just the video gets saved for, I think it's like 30 days on Twitch or something like that. So if you wanna hear my initial thoughts being back and talking to everybody, then you can go and watch that. But I was saying on that, like, I just need to be productive again. Like as soon as I got home, I was like, okay, let's get to work, let's unpack, let's keep going. And like I got so much done today, just like
redressing the guest room bed because I had to wash all the sheets because they stunk like ash and smoke, and I redressed our bed. I put away all of the laundry, all of the boxes, did all of the dishes, vacuumed the upstairs, the downstairs, cleaned all of the surfaces. Like, she's been scrubbed. You know, things have been cleaned. They have. And I was just listening to my favorite podcast all day, Unpack and Bounce Back, and listening to Haley Blaze Vinyl over here. Do you see it? Can you see it? Below the salt. Love her. I had that come in the mail while I was evacuated, so it was a nice little surprise to come home to. Anyways, I'm probably just gonna keep watching this episode of Glee. I'm on season 3. It's a Valentine's Day episode, so I'm feeling the love, brothers. Just wanted to say I love you, thinking of you. I'm going to eat my melon now. Delicious queen. Can't wait.
Good morning, hay heads. Hi. How was your first night sleeping back in your own pen? Was it really good? You slept until like 11 a.m.
Good morning. Today, after I feed the pigs, I'm going to go pick up bagels. And while I'm at the bakery, I'm gonna ask them how to help because the owner's house burned down. And honestly, I have so much squash and everything that like I could bring to them over at Harmony Bakery. Love them. And then I'm gonna go from there back home, package some things to send off at the post office, go get stop girls, and then I'm gonna go get some things done over in town and maybe treat myself to a little pedicure. But also I have like other things to do, like get our car cleaned, get our oil changed, get our tires rotated, and maybe pick up some more dry bales of hay for the girls. But I probably won't do that unless I can't take the truck. Anyways, that's my plan. Okay, girls, have a great day. And if you can't do that, don't you dare go messing with anybody else's. Dash, Tabitha Brown. Guys, this is so amazing. So I just talked to Jenny over at Harmony Bakery. Her and Bree are my ladies. Bree used to serve me a bunch all the time here, well, Finley and I both, and now that they're doing only takeout, sometimes I'll only like see them very briefly, like they give me their bagels. I'm like, miss you guys so much, have a great day, and I pick up bagels pretty much weekly when I'm in town. Anywho's, I've talked about Harmony before on the vlogs and gone to pick up bagels before, so you guys know this. But I wanted to ask them today basically what I can do to help Harmony with getting their produce sorted because of Sister Moon Gardens and everything. And they were like, Sister Moon Gardens is a separate piece of property and it didn't burn down, but Lisa's house, the owner, did. And so I was like, okay, word. And they said that her greenhouse with all of her starts also burned down, so she needs seeds. And I was like, okay, unfortunately my seed bank is like very empty right now. I planted everything for this spring and summer seasons, but I'm gonna talk to some neighbors and see if they have any like seeds to donate to give to her. And I'm gonna come back here tomorrow because Jenny was like, I told her that I have like 10 or 12 cabbages to donate because I don't know what to do with all my cabbage, and honestly, like I would so much rather it go to them and then be able to use it to feed a bunch of people rather than me who doesn't really know what to do with it. Like maybe I'll make kimchi, maybe I'll do some sauerkraut or something like that. But anyways, I brought up the fact that I have a bunch of squash and I have a bunch of cabbage, and she was like, that's so weird that you still have cabbage right now. Like, do you have a farm? And I was like, I have like a, you know, a garden. I got a small garden. I don't like farm a bunch of stuff, but for some reason the cabbage just did really well this year. And she was like, that's just so strange because literally everybody I know, like their cabbage stopped and it's dying back, but yours is thriving. And I was like, yeah, it is. And she was like, okay, well, I'll buy cabbage off of you. And I was like, what? Okay. And she was like, yeah, just come in tomorrow, like bring as many as you have and I'll buy them off of you. So now I'm like, I don't want to accept any money. Like they do so much for me and they make bomb ass bagels, you know what I mean? So I'm probably just gonna put them all in a big box and just give them to them because I don't want to accept any money for that. I don't need money for my cabbage, you know? The cabbage is just, it's just being cabbage. It doesn't need to be paid for. Anyways, guys, I've been listening to the Lauryn Hill Unplugged
album, MTV Unplugged number 2.0 is the album, and it's fucking incredible. When I was listening to Unpack and Bounce Back yesterday by Raina Biddy and Sky Townsend, they were talking about, I was listening to like their music episode where they were talking about just like music that means a lot to them, and they talked about this album and they were getting like emotional about it. They were like, I've memorized like everything, it's like the best album of all time if you've never heard it. And I was like, I've never heard it. So of course on my drive today, my rainy drive, I decided to get a little Lauryn Hill in my system. Miss Lauryn Hill, you know. So here I am, just listening, hanging out, and yes, I'll be back here tomorrow to drop off some cabbage. If you guys can hear Finley, he's on the phone, but I just wanted to show you what I just harvested. 6 cabbage. Wow. This one's insane. The ones that I had to leave behind, I thought I had more than this, were pretty much eaten down, like even the ball. I thought that they left the ball of them, the deer, but some of them were kind of eaten into. So I decided just to give her the prettiest ones, which are these 6. Oh, hi Rue. Okay guys, kind of decent lighting, not great, but I just came to the post office. I checked my P.O. box and I got a letter from Cindy Aguilar. So thanks, Cindy. I'm gonna read that before I carry on my journey. I actually just saw the family that I nanny for. They pulled in right next to me and I saw the back windows roll down and a bunch of little peanuts in the back going, "Hi, Megan!" And I was like, oh my God. And I was talking to their dad for a little bit and he was just telling me about like their evacuation and where they were. And they were like, we had an evacuation vacation, because they went to Rockaway Beach on the coast to like escape the smoke and everything. And they said that they had a nice time, and the dad came home, Dan, he came home during evacuation to check on the house, and he saw that there was 24 chickens. I need to put on hand sanitizer before I continue to touch my face. There was 24 chickens in their coop because everybody left their chickens behind, because during evacuation, none of the fairgrounds were taking birds. They were only taking, you know, large animals, donkeys, horses, pigs, all that stuff. But birds are not that expensive. So I think that they kind of are unfortunately lower on the ladder of, you know, tender love and care from humans, which is interesting. But the daughter of that family, Delilah, is obsessed with the chickens. Like, I'm on a tangent now, but they love their chickens, you know? So he came back to check on their chickens and see that they were okay, give them more food. And there was 24 in the coop and they only have 9. They only have 9 chickens. And so everybody else's chickens just like flocked to eat their food and just were in there. And he was like, I'm telling you, Megan, I was bringing out buckets of eggs. Buckets. From all of these people's chickens. And I was just laughing, man, like just laughing my ass off. Like, that is crazy. You got like a little bit of a gift to come home to, just all those eggs. And then he offered us apples from his apple tree. Finley's doing work on their house. He's doing renovations on their guest house. So he's going to work there on Monday anyways, and is going to pick up like a bunch of buckets of apples for us. And what else? Oh, everybody else's chickens left the premises after they laid the eggs, except for one. So now they have a new chicken that has like a crazy hairdo, they said, and they love him. So I can't wait to meet him whenever I work for them next. But as for what I'm doing right now, I'm gonna read this letter, leave the post office. I want to go to the local gym and see if I can get a class schedule. I know they have them online, but I want to go in and ask if I have to like pay a monthly fee, like a gym membership, just to take classes maybe once a month. I just really want to get back into like Zumba classes and just like dance my pants off, you know, maybe like once a week, maybe even once a month, you know? Don't have to put a bunch of timelines on it, just want to ask. So I'm gonna go do that, run some errands, vacuum out my car because there's a bunch of fucking popcorn everywhere. Can you even see it? I posted this on my Instagram story, but when we were in Montana, I dropped like half of a bag of bulk popcorn on my floor. The skateboards are covering it up, but it's fucking everywhere. And then I also have all this hay back here from the one time that we picked up bales of hay and we forgot to bring the truck. Oh, I just realized I need to unload these actually into this post office and give them back because I'm not using them. Anyways, TTYL. Never have I ever been through a car wash in this car. Feeling incredible about it, other than the fact that my sensors are going off, my beepy sensors. What the hell can you do? I'm just gonna have to crank my Lauryn Hill. I took my top off because why does it keep automatically zooming in? Like, I'll never understand why. I had to take my top off because I got so hot while vacuuming the car, and it took me 4 separate tries with the vacuum. So it was $4 for me to vacuum out my car, and now I'm in the car wash and I did $12. So here we are. Gorgeous, darling. Ever since evacuation, I've just been feeling, you know, on my good deed shit, just trying to like pay everybody back for just being good people, honestly. I have yet to film this video when I'm filming this, but I just am gonna do a story time about evacuation and everything and share some of these tales. But basically a bunch of people in Malala, once the fire officials pulled out, rallied together alone, like 40 plus locals, to go and save the town. So ever since then, I've just been feeling very like grateful for the people around me and their, I don't know, their bravery and kindness in fighting for their land and just being really kind and amazing. So I've just been like waving at everybody while I'm driving around and just like wanting to be really friendly and smiley. You know, everybody's been through some shit in this town. So I was just at the grocery store grabbing some things, also to repay back my neighbors, as well as just get groceries for us. And I saw this guy going through the recycling, so I was like, do you want some cans, man? And he was like, oh my gosh, yes. And was like so grateful, like, thank you, ma'am, thank you. And I was like, no problem, man, enjoy those cans. I don't need them. So here we are doing that. Also, I grabbed a 6-pack of Michelob Ultra for my neighbor Wayne and my neighbor John's fave beer, Corona Light, and then Miss Truly Berry Pack for Olya. Olya and John lived together, and John did so much work to help save our town with Wayne. So during all of the madness, John and Wayne were kind of working together on like trying to find hot spots and like going and putting them out and just all of this stuff. It was just craziness. And so if I can pay them back through giving them some drinks, you know, they deserve it. So I'm just gonna leave them in their driveway with a note that's like, you deserve a drink. Thanks for saving our house. Love, Meg and Finn. So that's what I just did. I also, oh my God, huge news, huge. Oregon, for some reason, at least where I live, hasn't had cotton candy grapes in months. And then I saw them when I was in Montana and I was like, interesting, should I buy some? And then I didn't, but I just got some. By the way, pro tip, you can, if you don't want the plastic, you can take grapes out of their plastic bag and then put them into your cloth bag if you don't want to bring it home. I left like half of the grapes in the bag basically, but I haven't had cotton candy grapes since I lived in LA. So let's do a little taste test. Fuck. Oh my God. These are iconic. Oh, there's a man next to me. Don't look at me, buddy. I'm gonna be eating these all the way to Oregon City. All right, guys, I just went to Winco. I'm curious, leave me a comment down below if your bulk food stores are open where you live. My mom said that her bulk bins in Georgia are not open, but my sister and I's here in Oregon and then hers in Idaho are fine. They've been open for months, honestly. But speaking of bulk, I just want to say, I got all of this pasta for $3.24. People say sustainability is expensive, but it's not, okay? I feel like this much pasta would be like $7 in a cardboard box. Same with these friggin' lasagna noodles, you know, something absurd. Other than that, I just got thyme in this little baggie and cinnamon sticks in this little baggie. Delicious. Can't wait to make some hot toddies. I'm really heating up today very fast. Anyways, I think I'm done with all of my grocery shopping for today. Let me double check and look at my list. Well, no, I need dog food. So I need to go get that from the farm store. And then I need to go and try to get an oil change as well as my tires rotated at the old Jiffy Lube. So I hope that will be fine. Also, I just realized my camera's been rocking this whole shot, so sorry. Guys, I just got an iconic deal because I spoke up. Spoke my mind. I was at Wilco getting dog food, and honestly the kibble and the wet food mixture that I give my dogs is kind of expensive, but they love it, so you know, whatever, for the dogs, we love them. So I get the From brand, F-R-O-M-M, and the bag today said 30% off when I was getting like the 50-pound bag of kibble, and I was like, fuck yes, this is incredible, a nice discount, we love it. And so I get up to the checkout and she's like, $105.33, and I was like, what? That's absurd, it's never been this much. Isn't it 30% off? And she was like, no. And I was like, wait, but why did it have a sticker on it that said 30% off? And she went and checked and she was like, oh, sorry. And then put it in and it was 85. I'm like, this is incredible. So I'm feeling great, folks. Let's go Jiffy Lube.
Later.
Okay, that was my first time at Jiffy Lube and they were very funny. They were just cracking jokes at me the whole time. The guy, when I first came in, I was like, I'd love to get a tire rotation done if y'all have time, because I just say y'all just really easily and like don't even think about it anymore. And the guy was like, what is this y'all? You people from Virginia? Because that's what our plates say, is that we're from Virginia, because we haven't registered the car yet to Oregon, which we're also working on. And they were just cracking jokes at me the whole time. They were telling me I had an accent. They were like, where are you from? And I was like, I'm actually not from Virginia, I'm from Georgia. And they were like, oh, the South, the deep South, that's why. And I was like, I guess so. Oh, but they were funny. I had a pleasant experience. I also got my cabin air filter changed. I was gonna get my engine air filter changed as well because of the fires and everything. The cabin one was fucking disgusting, brother. I'm so happy I got it changed. And then I just got like the oil changed, and I couldn't do a tire rotation because they don't do that at Jiffy Lube for my car. They said I have to go to Les Schwab, and I was like, all right, put it on the to-do list, you know? But yeah, they didn't have the engine air filter in stock either, so I'm gonna have to get that done somewhere else. But what I really loved about the experience is that they gave me a checklist of everything. Sorry, you're sliding. I'm on a bunch of potholes on the road right now. They gave me a checklist of everything that I need to get done for this car, and you know what needs attention that I said that I didn't want to get done today, but they were like, you should definitely get your fluids checked, you're probably due for a tune-up at some point, you know, and all those things. So, you know, car talk is definitely not my forte. I don't really know what the fuck anything means, but at the same time, I feel like they broke it down pretty well for a gal like me. So thankful for that. On my way home now, and I'm gonna unpack these groceries and probably just chill the fuck out on the couch, have some leftovers for dinner or something like that. Guys, I was just crying while driving and I wanted to pull over on the side of the road just to say some things, and this might be random to throw into the vlog, but honestly, man, you know how I was saying earlier that I'm on my good deed shit. I'm also just on my gratitude shit since this has happened to us, the fire evacuations and, you know, the fear of losing our home and everything like that. And I just am like so in awe that we're okay. And I just have like a newfound, you know, just appreciation for all of the little things. And I was just driving and just looking around at all of the trees that are still living and all the houses that are still standing. And I'm like, you know,
I don't want to cry, man, but I'm going to. It's just so beautiful and amazing that these communities were so fearful like 2 weeks ago that they would lose everything. Like, everybody who lives in this vicinity had to be in fight or flight mode, in such distress, thinking that, you know, preparing for the worst but hoping for the best. In something out there, whether it was the fucking wind or God or whatever you believe in, just guided the fires around my community. You know, there was one family who lost their home, but like out of thousands of homes, it missed us. And I just can't even believe that that's real life. I'm just so grateful and just like so fucking emotional. I was like low-key crying on Twitch last night just thinking about all of the people who made this possible, like the first responders and just everybody. And like the last time that I cried about it, I was crying because I was like, fuck, man, like everything's gonna be gone. And so now I'm just kind of crying tears of joy. And I just want to say, like, life is fucking good. And I'm so happy to be here still. And that our animals are okay. And all of our neighbors are okay. And their animals are okay. And we have a good man, you know? So, if you needed a little perspective change today, people have it a lot fucking worse. And I know that I'm just so grateful for just all of the little things. Like yesterday I was like getting teary-eyed while folding my clothes because I was just like, wow, some people just, they don't even have clothes anymore. You know, it all burned. And I'm here putting everything away, acting as, you know, I'm going back to a normal life, because I am, and I do have that privilege and that blessing, honestly. And it's just so good. I'm just so grateful. And I've been working on just like trying to say out loud all of my feelings and my gratitude and everything, like whether it's speaking to the vlogs or just like going outside when I let my dogs out and just like looking up at the sky, speaking to the universe or God or freaking whatever you believe in, and just being like, wow, man, thank you for waking me up today. Thank you for keeping my home safe and my family okay. Just thanks. Just everybody right now, just like look up and say thanks, because, you know, things could be a lot fucking worse. And this life shit, man, it's freaking crazy, and this year has been a lot. But at least we're still here. At least we'll hopefully be around to see things get better. I don't know. I just wanted to share, and that's my conclusion of my crying episode for you. Honestly, I'm just gonna end the vlog off here while I'm in this space and this gratitude and on the side of the road over here with the beautiful blue sky behind me. It's not smoky anymore. The skies are blue. The trees are green. I know that on the way home, I'm gonna drive through the back roads that burned, and I'm probably just gonna pull over and cry again. But you guys already saw the aftermath of that sometime in the middle of this vlog, and I've been going for so long with just filming all these clips because I just want to like document what's happening, because I documented so little during the evacuation. Just want to conclude this and say thanks for watching the clusterfuck of footage that was this vlog. There was a lot going on, and I'm so happy that you guys got to see, you know, a bit of my family trip, a bit of our trip home, garden updates, evacuation updates, just footage of us getting our freaking lives back together. I feel like there's just been so much joy in this past week, and I'm just like so happy and grateful to just be alive and be able to talk to you guys and have you listen and receive it. So thanks a lot for watching. Sorry if this was random or emotional, but also I'm not fucking sorry, okay? Because this is my real life. You know, as Lauryn Hill was saying on that album I was listening to, people want the fantasy, but what they need is the reality. And this is what it is, folks. I love you. I'll talk to you very soon in my next vlog or video or whatever you see next from me. Stay smiling. Bye.